Oh man, we made it. I'm a little late, as usual, but here we are. What's up, everyone? This is Corey from the OverLook, and we go over the books you may have overlooked. Maybe you clicked on this video like, hey, Venom, this looks good. And I'm gonna be the first to say, it is. This arc is the beginning of the end for Otto Octavius as the superior Spider-Man. There have been plenty of people who have figured out his identity so far. The Wizard, Stunner, Carlie Cooper, Lily Hollister, and now the Goblin King. The Avengers have their suspicions, and so does Mary Jane. But who is going to be the first to confront Otto? Within the West Side train yard in Manhattan, Flash Thompson, the infamous Agent Venom, is on the case. There's no doubt about it. The guys he's trailing are dressed like crime masters' goons. And arms dealing was crime master's specialty. All of which adds up to very bad news for ace reporter Betty Brandt, who also seems to be working a similar case, especially considering the most recent crime master was her brother. And they all thought Betty had killed him. If Bennett survived somehow, if he's back, Flash knows Betty Brandt is in deep trouble. Flash sneaks up behind the storage pods and grabs Betty on the shoulder, which results in her letting out a yelp. "It's okay," he tells her. "It's me. Flash Thompson's in control. If the symbiote was, I'd be all drool and fangs and jacked up muscles." "I know that," Betty snaps. "You think I called you because I enjoy reunions with ex-boyfriends? I figured this was a job for Agent Venom, or whatever you call yourself when you're like that. Anyway, I'm researching a story on the changing face of organized crime in the city. A tip led me to them. Crime Master's men. And he should be dead. Yes. I was going to say he knew who I am, and he wasn't shy about going after people close to me." Betty rolls her eyes. Once again, this is not news. "Betty, I'm sorry for everything, and I have no right to ask you for favors, but I need you to do this for me. Take my mom somewhere, and yourself. Find a place to hole up. Don't tell anyone where, not even me. I'll call you when it's safe. I'm going to take care of this." Luckily, Flash can disguise himself as one of the goons, and they'll lead him to Crime Master. Betty agrees to do what Flash asked, but she tells him that she doesn't want to know any more than that. She doesn't want to know anything about this part of Flash's life. Beautiful, Flash thinks to himself. Just when I thought she couldn't be any more disgusted with me. But this is one thing I'm not apologizing for. You threaten the people I love. You're declaring war. And war is what I do best. Elsewhere, a momentous day for Otto Octavius and, by extension, Peter Parker is just beginning. "Congratulate yourselves," he says down to his people. "Today, you join an organization that will shake the very foundations of human civilization. This is my promise to you. Through unity, determination, and loyalty, by your unswerving dedication to my unparalleled vision, we shall crush any foolish enough to challenge us. We will rise to heights undreamed of by those with lesser minds, and sooner than anyone ever dreamed possible. The world will bend its collective knee to Parker Industries, a revolution in startups, an overthrow of the technology sector. Mark my words, and mark them well. Together, we will rule the world of science. And in celebration of our first day, there is cake in the cafeteria. Don't expect that to be a regular thing. Later, after his rousing speech, Otto and his partner, Sajani Jaffrey, take a walk around the new Parker Industries campus. Sajani jokes with Otto, saying that someone has been reading too many books on the art of war. Otto counters, "In this world of tech startups, Sajani, anything less than total commitment is courting defeat." Hey, don't get me wrong. I think your approach will get a lot better results than that new age crap Max Modell was peddling at Horizon. Of course, because you're a woman of vision, wise enough to invest in this momentous endeavor, a most worthy junior partner. At that moment, Otto sees a car parked out front. Good heavens, that's Jay Jameson's car. Is my Aunt May here? She's inside with Dr. Wortham. Why wasn't I told? Otto scurries back inside the building, stating that he mustn't keep his aunt waiting. Inside, meanwhile, May and Jay are speaking with Dr. Wortham until they are sure Peter isn't busy. While they wait, the doctor gives the two major investors a tour of the medical research wing. Jay and May also let it be known that they are well aware of who the doctor is. He is the same Elias Wortham who took over the Feast Center after that horrible business with Martin Lee, and his alter ego named Mr. Negative. Of course, Dr. Wortham calls it the Heart Clinic now. In fact, it's one of the reasons the doctor was hired as a consultant at Parker Industries. After all the money and energy Peter, and thanks to him, SpiderMan, have devoted to the clinic, the doctor could do no less. At that moment, Aunt May catches a glimpse of Anna Maria Marconi waddling by and comments aloud how proud she is of Peter for his commitment to diversity while hiring. This causes Dr. Wortham to raise an eyebrow and Jay to nervously apologize on her behalf. That is when Otto arrives. He, of course, greets his aunt and uncle with open arms, vowing that both May and Jay made a wise investment. In due time, they'll be even richer. Aunt May, however, couldn't care less about that. What she's interested in is meeting Peter's new girlfriend. Perhaps they can do brunch this week. We'd love to, but I didn't bring you here for a tour, Aunt May. I have a surprise. I've made a breakthrough in cybernetic limb technology. With Dr. Wortham's help and a simple outpatient procedure, we'll have you walking without that cane in no time. Elsewhere, in Prospect Heights, Brooklyn, Captain Yuri Watanabe visits the apartment of Carlie Cooper. And she knows this is not good. The front door's lock has been broken. Carlie hasn't been answering calls, texts, or emails, and it seems the apartment's been ransacked. They left her jewelry, credit cards, even cash, but the criminals took her files, notes, and computer hard drives. All the evidence she was building to prove the link between Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man. Yuri and Carlie must have underestimated the spider. Somehow, he found out they were onto him. And no wonder, he's got eyes everywhere. But Yuri has an ace in the hole, too. What Detective Yuri Watanabe can't find out, the Wraith can. Spider-Man better pray Carlie's okay, because now that Yuri knows he's dirty, she's bringing him in, dead or alive. Back on Pier 64, along the Hudson, home of Parker Industries, Otto escorts his aunt and uncle out of the building before making his way back inside to check in on Ms. Marconi. "Anna Maria," he calls out as he gently taps on her office door. "Come on in," she answers. Otto enters the room and is surrounded by a glorious purple light. "What's this?" he asks her. "You know how I've been experimenting with bioluminescence as a green energy light source? Well, most fish that make their own light live in low depths, and they're not pretty or tasty. So I've genetically engineered that attribute in other species. Glow-in-the-dark sushi for nightclubs, aquariums that double as lamps, algae-powered security lights that work even when backup generators fail. Neat, huh?" "More than that," Otto adds as he grabs onto her hand. "It's magical." "Anna Maria, would you like to meet, well, my parents?" "Wow, moving kind of fast, aren't we, Slick? But that's what I like about you. You want a doctorate? You get it. Your own company? Boom, there it is. You help out Spider-Man, you look after your aunt. Anything you want to do, you just do it. And do it well. No excuses, just results. You're amazing." "Thank you. I had a close call recently. It made me realize that life is..." "Don't say short." "No, precious. You have to make every moment count. If something is wrong, you fix it as quickly and efficiently as possible. And if there's something worth having, you grab it while you can." "You're right," Anna Maria agrees as she pulls Otto closer and whispers something in his ear. "Here?" he asks. "Now, are you sure?" "Yes, I'm not wasting a moment either. Not when Spider-Man might suddenly call you away again. Let's make the most of this time, while we still have a chance." Later, the Spiderlings on Spider Island are monitoring the occurrences throughout the city. They have currently discovered Spiderbot 281 has a drug deal going down in Tompkins Square Park. Naturally, they route it to the cops. Spider-Man wants the Hobgoblin. New, classic, whatever. And if the boss ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. But then, they discover something out of the ordinary. A firefight in a warehouse near the docks. Their database IDs the perp as the crime master. Not only them, but Venom as well. Immediately, the Spiderlings call Spider-Man and begin to mobilize the Arachnauts. I hope for your sake this is important, Spider-Man tells them. You could not have called at a worse time. I was right in the middle of... Never mind. What is it? Venom? And Crime Master? Is that confirmed? No. You did well. Listen carefully to my instructions. A few minutes later, the Arachnauts emerge out of the water and crawl onto Manhattan as they catch up to the wall crawler. Sir, greets one of the Spiderlings. You brought them? Spider-Man asks. As you instructed, sir. Good. Take the old ones while I ensure the police will not get underfoot. Then, Spider-Man makes a call to the chief. Pratchett, Spider-Man here. I assume you know of the Warehouse Shootout. Correct. Set up a cordon. Maintain a safe distance. My men and I will be there shortly. I shall deal with this personally. We're already here, responds Chief Pratchett from outside the warehouse. You want to jump into that mess? Be my guest, but not until I confirm you've got the mayor's okay. Of course, Spider-Man has my full consent. Mayor Jameson roars into his phone. Why wouldn't he? Now do as he says. Blast it, he yells, slamming down the phone. Miss Grant, I want real-time updates on this. Glory Grant, the mayor's assistant, obliges and closes the door behind her. Jonah sinks down in his seat. At this point, he's just keeping up appearances. Even as the mayor, he has no say in it. A shootout in his city, and he's a spectator. He can't go on like this. Blackmailed by that wall-crawling menace. Jonah was right about Spider-Man all along, for all the good it does him. Because Jonah made the mistake of trusting him. He's now Spider-Man's rubber stamp, his puppet, his lackey, his clown. No different than those tiny infernal robots he... Wait, that's it, Jonah thinks. I know exactly what I have to do. Back at the docks, Agent Venom attempts to take down Crime Master's men. Crime Master orders out, "Get him! Why is it so hard to kill this guy?" Agent Venom responds, "You're not Crime Master. He knew what I could do. He also knew that if he ever showed his face again, I'd rain hell on him." What? Kingsley never mentioned that when he sold me this franchise? That lying sack of shit. Franchise? Agent Venom asks. What kind of insanity is this? As Jonah creates his plan, Spider-Man breaks into the warehouse. Spider-Man allows his Arachnauts to destroy the outer wall with their cannons and swings into the building, declaring, "On your knees, hands above your head. This is your only warning." The new Crime Master sees the ongoing assault and announces, "Okay, that's it. I'm out. I surrender. Please, I'm not the Crime Master. I bought the mask and the name from the Hobgoblin. I did some smuggling for the Magia, saved up for a stake, bought a ticket to the big leagues, but It is not at all what I expected. Can you just take me to jail? I can do jail. Spider-Man then lands on the ground, only feet away from Agent Venom. It doesn't take long for the agent to reprimand the wall crawler. Unbelievable, he says, looking around. All that for some wannabe the cops could have handled. Well, it was kinda overkill, but at least it's finished. Thanks for helping me take him down, Avenger. Spider-Man raises an eyebrow. What? I'm not here for that idiot. I'm here for you. Spider-Man then lifts his wrist gauntlet and points it at Agent Venom. A flame ignites, and he unleashes his flamethrower on the symbiote-wearing superhero. The symbiote screeches in pain within Flash's mind. He attempts to jump for cover, but the arachnauts set their sights on him as well. God, that hurts, Flash thinks. Keep it together, Thompson. Can't let the symbiote take control. That was stupid. I haven't really met Spider-Man since I started wearing the suit. Not when I was in charge, anyway. And my Avengers unit was covert. For all he knows, I'm the same slobbering, out-of-control monster he used to fight. He has no idea I'm a good guy, let alone Flash Thompson, his biggest fan. Which I'd better get over in a hurry, cause if I don't stop holding back, being a fan is going to get me killed. One of the Spiderlings gets overzealous and attempts to take down Agent Venom themselves by collapsing the entirety of their weight on top of him. Fools! Spider-Man screams out. Out of my way! At that moment, Agent Venom appears out of nowhere and kicks Spider-Man across the jaw. Spidey, listen to me. No, you listen to the song of my sonic webbing. Spider-Man releases his sonic web, and the barrage of sound that shoots out is so strong it begins peeling the symbiote from Flash's skin. Do you think I'm stupid? Spider-Man asks. I know full well that sound is your symbiote's weakness. And without the symbiote, you're nothing but... Wait! Agent Venom pleads as he pulls the symbiote from his face, revealing his secret identity. Yeah, it's me, Flash. But it's not what you think. I'm in control of the symbiote. Maybe I should have told you before, but what's important is I'm on the side of the angels. And you can trust me on this, cause, well, it's me, and you know me, right? The sound of Spider-Man reigniting his gauntlet is accompanied by the sound of the Spiderlings readying their weapons. Sorry, Flash, Spider-Man apologizes. You must have me confused with someone who cares.